Hey guys, good evening. Well, today is the 201st day of the year, and we had some pretty big rituals that came to the headlines, kind of expected. We knew it was going to happen, but I want to show you, and I want you to think about like all your headlines or your Facebook feeds and your social media. This is all mine showing up on Facebook, is just these, everybody's got an opinion on Jason Aldean, and a lot of people are not even paying attention that FedNow opened today. So I want to talk about Jason Aldean and the ritual that's playing out with him this week and how it came about with this Federal Reserve passing or opening today. So if you're new here, guys, I'm teaching Gematria, and it's just the practice of coding letters into numbers. It's an ancient Babylonian practice, and the Cabal use it today. Point blank period. If you don't believe me, look it up. So this is our big headline today. You know how they love their symbolism. Look right there. You can see they always choose certain pictures and symbolism that they do. So the Federal Reserve has launched their payment thing. So it says the central bank expects that as the system is developed further, it will be integrated into the apps and websites of banks and credit unions. Fed officials are studying the central bank digital currency, with some saying they think FedNow could mitigate the need for a CBDC. So we're going to have another one of those FBI, CIA, IRS, CBDC. Now, this is launching on the 201st day of the year. And the reason that we knew that it was going to be some big rituals today and stuff is because 201 is a big number with the Jesuit order, the Society of Jesus, the Cabal, the Pope, the Roman Catholic Church, the people that rule over us and have convinced us that we need to work 40 hours a week to try to pay their bills on a calendar that they gave us because they're controlling these master moves. A lot of people think there's not an Illuminati, and there is. There's absolutely Illuminati. And you can prove it by understanding the things that you're not taught in slave school. Because slave school is just simply there to indoctrinate you, convince you to be a good little people, go to work, and, you know, you can sit on your butt for 8 hours a day at school. So then you learn to become, that 8 hour day at work. It's just a strict indoctrination. They teach you just enough not to be stupid and not to go pay bills. But I'm not going to get off on a tangent, so let's get back here. Okay, so the Federal Reserve built FedNow, and they're going to be taking payments. So we got Jerome Powell up here. Here's our puppet. These people are so damn sick, man. So he says, over time, as more banks choose to use this new tool, the benefits will, just come to light. Like it's just going to be the greatest thing ever. We are literally 201 days from his anniversary of taking his position. So on a day that we were looking for 201s, we have the FedNow opening. He took his position right here. Look, 16th chair of the Federal Reserve. Took office on the 5th of February, and we're live, y'all. FedNow is live 201 days before that anniversary of him taking his position to implement this. So here's our false idol. He's up there making everybody think that this is going to be, just the best thing ever, and it's really not. People do not realize what we're being set up for. And another reason the 201, if you're new here, is a big number is because if you just look at, these words right here, the Jesuit order, that's the people running the show. It's based off Jewish mysticism, 201. They gave us the Holy Bible, 201. They told us to count the number of the beast, for it was the number of a man, 201. Six score and 66 or something like that, 666, 201. The Order of Illuminati. Keep this in your head right here because we're going to talk about Jason Aldean here in a minute. 201 is your Pope. 201. He's the only Pope to ever live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. And he lives right here, the Domo Santa Marta. 201. They told you this man walked on the moon today, the 201st day of the year. They control the world through natural disasters. We can't say this word right here. FF operations. They told you this guy blew up a building. They told you this guy was trying to save your life. They allowed cities to be burned over this guy. This is where you take your kids to play. This number is, and this is the day you get your president. When day they swear in the president every year? January 20th, 20/1. It's when they put their leader in control. So, just like we went down here, this Order of Illuminati 201. We've got this dude 201 days before he took his anniversary of taking his position is announcing that this FedNow is live. Now we're going to talk about Jason Aldean. So, everybody's been talking about this, but it really went hot yesterday and today. So, over the last 48, 72 hours, Jason Aldean has been really big in the news, right? And Zach mentioned this last night in the True Frequency radio show. So, if you don't know what that is, there's a link on my blog. But I did not know that Jason Aldean had this tattoo on his arm or a portion of it. So, if you don't know, the Illuminati has a card game, and it's literally called the Illuminati card game. Google it. There's a card in that game that's called Las Vegas. Now, granted, this card game came out, I think, back in the 80s through the 90s. And this card is called Las Vegas. Now, if you'll think back to the shooting that happened out there in Las Vegas, the person that was on stage performing when that guy was in the hotel, and remember he supposedly punched out the window and shot up the concert. So the person that was on stage that night was Jason Aldean. It was his final song. And this is the Las Vegas Illuminati card game card. And here you have a jack and an ace of spades. So here's his tattoo, a jack and an ace of spades. So you can see the symbolism with their tattoo. See, here's the card. You can buy the card if you want to. There's the jack and the ace of spades. You get 2 power points. You control the house by spending Vegas action. You may bet from 1 to 3 plot cards with any other player. Like this is a game. Now, the day before that, I had done a post on Jason Aldean because he was already starting to come to the limelight, right? Because this is what your headlines are full of, not this, the Federal Reserve and the one world money and, the total control. Nobody's talking about the feds and this digital currency. Everybody's talking about Jason Aldean and this stupid song. Not only that, what's the other hot topics we got right now? We've got the GUN violence. We've got boys being girls, girls being boys, right? And then we've got race. That's our, the biggest things that they're dividing us in the headlines, right? So we're going to throw Jason Aldean out here. And we're going to, even though this song came out in May, it's just now a problem, I guess you would say. So they've taken this song, Try That in a Small Town. They're going to take it from the award show or something like that. Like, yeah, they pull it from they pull the music video. They're not playing it anymore. So this song released on the 139th day of the year, and that's a number that we teach about a lot with this right here because the first form of legislation that was passed against GUNs was on September 13th. Just like that control is the 13th/9 September, like the day they passed it. So this song actually released on May 19th, which is the 139th day of the year. Now, they're comparing this song. They're mad about this song because they're saying he filmed it at a courthouse where there was a highly profiled lynching of a black man, right? So, and then they're also talking about the Harvest Festival. We just talked about the Las Vegas and the Las Vegas Harvest Festival, and he was on stage. So they're bringing up both of those things in these articles, saying, how do you feel about gun violence? And, why are you out here why are you filming things at these courthouses? So if you'll notice, this song is Try That in a Small Town equals 76, which is a number that we talk about all the time with Black history because slave, Negro, Rasta blues all equals 76. So it's just now being criticized and because of that lynching, which Try That in a Small Town's 248, Human Sacrifice is 248. They're talking about they lynched this black man in Colombia back in the 20s. So, and they say it has images of the protests, criminal acts, demonstrations from Black Lives Matter in 2020, which is when they brought out George Perry Floyd, which equals 201. So it says some listeners have pointed to the country star's tragic history with gun violence. He performed at the Route 91 Music Harvest Festival in Las Vegas in 2017 when a gunman opened fire and killed 58 people. So this headline also comes 76 days from that event. So we're 76 days from that anniversary of when that occurred, when he was on stage. And now we've got him bringing all this drama to the headlines, bringing race back into it because we know why the 76. And we know what in the song that they're bringing the drama with equals 76. And now we're 76 days away from that Harvest Festival. So the first day of the drama that I found was on 17/7, July 17th. And then it really hit the headlines on the 18th. And then we're still in it now. Everybody on Facebook's getting into it. So it's been a whole week ordeal, right? So if you look up when this drama came out on the 17th, it's 59 days from the release of the song. And this is the guy that got lynched. So that's the other number that we teach about with Black history. So we're 59 days, the release of the song is, and this headline is 59 days from each other. So released on May 19th, the headline started on July 17th. Let's see, we can see how they're bringing the race into the picture. Got that 177. If you look it up on the history books, Wikipedia, that's what they name it. Got that 177, just like the Mark of the Beast, the Jesuit Order, just like Jason Aldean, 201. So they are literally using Jason Aldean and his 201 ass to cover up and distract from the Federal Reserve that's being released on the 201st day of the year. 201 days away from the Federal Reserve chairman's anniversary of taking his position. And Jason Aldean's 201. I mean, what's the chances, guys? And this is the number that's taught about all the time. Like, I don't know why I have that blacked out there. I'm sorry. But we seen it up here. Like, I don't know why I did that. I do these things so late at night. I know we had it up here. If not, I apologize because I know this is killing your eyes here. Oh, look down, y'all. All right, so let's just move on. I'll show it to you in a second. So the headline is coming 118 days from the anniversary of the lynching. So the boy was lynched on November 13th. So we're really getting into the headlines on the 17th and the 18th now. This is when all your feeds are starting to fill up. This distraction has taken place. And Wikipedia has it named the lynching of Henry. See? I don't know if that's Coate, how they pronounce that. So we're really getting into the headlines on the 118th day. Now, the song released 187 days from the lynching, and then the headlines came out, on the 177, 187. So here we are, 187 days from when that song released on May 19th. And that's that homicide code. Think about it. Your national homicide code is 187. The Brotherhood of Death is 187, which is another name for skull and bones. Like, these people are so sick. So we're 187 days from the lynching. Like, these people are so sick. But then look what they did too. So they got this little headline running around here. The goalie from the New England Revolution. Now think about this, New England. We know that we got all these numbers coming from the Pope. Jorge Mario Bergoglio's your Pope, 201. Living in the Vatican, 201. We got Jason Aldean equals 201. A couple of years, Neil Alden Armstrong apparently landed on the moon on the 201st day of the year. Now we got this goalies dude. His daughter is they're reporting in the headlines today that she died in a boating accident. His name equals 201. We've got the Federal Reserve opening up 201 days from that dude's anniversary of taking office. Like, it's so ritual. It's just rituals after rituals after rituals. And all they're doing is pushing society in a certain direction and distracting them with this. And this is what they're doing over here. And they're all interconnected. And then they tell you about it in the Bible that they gave us because the Bible came from the Roman Catholic Church. Like, they're the ones that gave us the calendar, the time, the 40-hour work week, the medical field, the pharmacies, food sources, education, money. It's a giant club and we ain't in it. But Jason Aldean is. Yeah, he jumped right on up there when he was needed and said, hey, I'll do it. Or they could have told him he had to do it too because, they sell their soul. But you don't find it funny that the Las Vegas Illuminati card happens to be the same tattoo this dude has? And then he happens to be the dude in Las Vegas that's on stage when the festival shooting happens. And now he's in a racial war on the 201st day of the year. And his name equals 201. Same day the Federal Reserve, 201. Like all these 201 rituals today. It's sick, man. Guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Have a good evening.